With just 3 more nights until Christmas morning, there are many families struggling, like Kirsten said, to make ends meet this holiday season, let alone buy presents to put under the tree. The NYPD's Operation Sleigh Ride back and bigger than ever to help thousands of families throughout the 5 boroughs get toys to kids who deserve a gift to unwrap. Community Affairs Chief Jeffrey Madry spearheading the operation. He joins me this morning from their warehouse of toys this morning to discuss. Chief Madry, good morning to you. How you doing?
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Chief, doing well, and this is such an incredible mission you have. During a pandemic, you know these families are hurting, right? And I hear that this is the biggest year yet. How many toys were donated?
Wow, we're looking at approximately 90 to 100,000 toys dedicated. And I'd like to thank the First Responders Children Foundation, the New York City Police Foundation, the United States Marines Toys for Tots, and Emblem Health for being tremendous partners with this massive undertaking.
It is a massive undertaking. We see some of these toys being given out there on the screen. You've already begun, like we saw, handing out those items in various boroughs. Tell me about how you decide where you're going to go to do the toy drop.
Well, this year was a challenge. In the years before, we used to just identify a location. We put a street corner out on our social media, New York City Police Department, Community Affairs Bureau, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We used to put it out there, and the families would come to the corner and they would gather at the corner, and we arrived, we'd hand out gifts, and then we go to the next location. But with this pandemic, we had to change the way, our strategy.
Right.
I mean, we were very close to canceling this because of the pandemic, but we know that there's a tremendous burden on families, as you said, putting food, making sure a roof's over their head. So getting toys was probably one of the last thing on a lot of these families' minds. But what we decided to do is we wanted to give the toys out. So we're going to the churches, we're going to the shelters, we're going to other community-based organizations where we can give it to them and they can responsibly make sure that toys land in the hands of the young children and the families that really need them.
Yeah, the smiles on the kids' faces make it all worth it. How can families who are watching right now get involved if they either want to donate or if they're saying, you know what, I don't have the necessary funds to even give my own children toys this year. I'm just struggling to get food on the table, like you said. How can they find out where you're going to be to get one of these toys for their kiddos?
If we have a family that's struggling, all they have to do is go to our social media page at NYPD Community Affairs Bureau, send us a message. They can go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They send us a message, and we'll make sure that either from the Community Affairs Bureau or our neighborhood coordination officers we'll get a gift in their hands.
Chief, this is such a bright spot for the department in the community, showing your bond with the folks that you serve and protect, right? In this year of 2020, have you felt that this specific operation has really helped restore some of that trust with the community, being out there each and every day with this operation in particular?
Absolutely. When the police commissioner asked me to take over community affairs, he gave me quite a few missions. But helping to rebuild police community trust and really engage into the lives of young people were two of the top missions. So when you do something like this, it gives us an opportunity to engage with young people. But believe it or not, I think the parents enjoy this more than the children when we see their smiles and their reactions and we see their emotion. So it's just a great opportunity for us to engage with our communities, to let them know that the police department is a positive resource, and you have many officers who have big hearts and who are kind and enjoy doing what we're doing out over these last few days, and what we'll continue to do into this holiday season.
Yeah, I understand a lot of these officers are also donating their own time, right? They're not on shift. They're donating their own time to give out these toys. You also had your annual sleigh ride on the fire truck, so I'm so glad you're able to keep these going. I've heard the description about you, Chief, that you're a warm teddy bear when you're out there. Are you dressed up in costume?
No, this is my
that wasn't you as the Hulk?
right here, the NYPD chief costume. No, I'm not the Hulk, but I love being out there. I love just seeing the family smile. I love bringing joy to the families. I love seeing the children. And like I said, during this difficult time where there's tremendous burdens on families, I have parents crying to me, children who are extremely happy. So it just reinforces what we're doing, and we're doing the absolute right thing to push these resources out to these families.
Well, because you know, so many as parents, they want to be able to provide everything they can for their kids, and that even means a toy. And sometimes if you can't do it, you're there to step in. Chief Madry, I thank you for what you're doing. The community thanks you for what you're doing, because it's such a huge task and a huge effort. I'm so glad you didn't cancel it this year.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you and your family, and to all the staff at Channel 11. Thank you.
Same to you, Chief Madry. Thank you so much. And if everybody wants to get involved, like you said, check out the social media pages and they can get one of those toys. An incredible operation.